Welcome to Jacket Talk on LEB TV.
Welcome to our first episode of Jacket Talk. I'm Alex Boyer. Guys, it's been a wild summer, but we have finally made it. Fall sports season kicking off this week, and we are so excited to share this new level of content with you guys. Brian Sweeney with Sweeney Visuals, Ramsey Stewart with LEB TV, Trey Overstreet and Kevin Stubblefield with Jacket Nation Sports. All these guys have put in so much time and effort to bring you this new level of content, so I hope you guys enjoy, and we're so thankful that you've decided to tune into our show today. First, I want to take time to thank our sponsors of Jacket Talk, Ginger Wellness, Mercy Hospital Lebanon, and Mid-Missouri Bank. Primary sponsors at Jacket Nation Sports, Mercy Hospital Lebanon, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, D&K Roofing, Missouri Cooperage, Jonesy's Travel Center, Phones Outdoor Power, Results Advertising, and Century 21 Laclede Realty. We couldn't do this without you guys, and the support of all the businesses in the community have been very overwhelming, and just can't thank you guys enough. If you have interest in becoming a sponsor for Jacket Talk or Jacket Nation Sports, contact Ramsey Stewart or Brian Sweeney with LEB TV for Jacket Talk, and contact me, Alex Boyer, for Jacket Nation Sports. So not a lot of live game action yet. As you guys know, that will kick off tomorrow with the girls tennis team traveling to the Drop One tournament. They'll begin their season under head coach Ron Kroll. The Lebanon softball team will head to Morrisville to take place in the Morrisville tournament, and the Lebanon boys swim team will travel down to Howell County and compete at the West Plains Invitational. Obviously, the big game of the week, Lebanon football hosting Webb City here at Jacket Stadium at 7 o'clock p.m. You guys, if you can't make it to the game, you obviously can catch our broadcast at Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. We'll have coverage at 6:45 p.m. with kickoff beginning at 7. The Lebanon girls volleyball team will travel to Branson on Saturday to compete in the Branson tournament. Pool play begins at 9 o'clock a.m. Stay tuned for more updates on that. You can go to our website for game stories and also other coverage of other sports. There have been jamborees taking place this week that a lot of the fall sports have competed in. The football team traveled to Sarcoxie last Friday night. We had that stream on our Jacket Nation Sports YouTube page. The Jackets were able to face Sarcoxie, Pierce City, and Stockton. You can watch a replay of that on our YouTube page if you weren't able to make it. The softball team competed at the Walnut Grove Jamboree, took down Walnut Grove 4-1, and Kaylee Howerton recorded 5 strikeouts in the circle for LHS. Good to see Coach Breedlove back in the black and gold, and excited for him to take over the softball program. The boys soccer team competed at the Bolivar Jamboree on Wednesday. They were able to square off against Camdenton, Branson, and Bolivar. The Lebanon girls volleyball team traveled to Central on Wednesday to take part in the Central Jamboree. They faced Hollister, Stratford, and the Lady Bulldogs. I believe that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget, not a lot of game action going on so far. So this first segment will usually be getting to recap all the other sports programs going on, giving you guys information and recapping different games. Stay tuned for next week. We'll have a lot more scores and information for you guys. I think that's going to do it for me today. So I'm going to throw it over to my partner, Kevin Stubblefield. He's down there at Buzzcuts, hosting Jacket Talk with Lebanon High School head football coach Will Christian. And then the third segment tonight will be Trey Overstreet and offensive coordinator Brian Sommerer for our first episode of Chalk Talk. I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure you share this, like it, subscribe to LEB TV on YouTube, subscribe to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. And again, can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you've shown us over these last couple of months. We're only trying to make things better and bigger here in Lebanon, and we couldn't do that without all the amazing people in our town. So until next time, go Jackets.
How much has your bank paid you? We've paid our Kasasa account holders more than $7 million since 2017. Open an account in minutes to get in on the earnings today.
My name is Jaysha Connor, owner and nurse practitioner here at Ginger Wellness. I believe that sometimes healthcare does too much, and I believe that's where wellness centers can really bridge that gap and really give people some confidence in natural ways, healthier ways, to really improve quality of life and to get healthy.
We want to feel better and live better lives. It's not about quantity, it's a lot about quality of your life.
Ginger Wellness is where I went to get my quality of life back.
You shouldn't have to give up the hometown bank experience to enjoy modern convenience. Just check our Google reviews about our in-person, online, and mobile banking experiences. Open an account in minutes today.
Welcome to our first edition of Jacket Talk on LEB TV. As we get ready for Central Ozark Conference football Friday night, the Lebanon Yellowjackets will play host to the Webb City Cardinals. I'm Kevin Stubblefield for Jacket Nation. Coach Will Christian joining us as we are ready for the kickoff of 2024 on Friday night, Coach. Always a whirlwind summer when you get ready for the football season, and here we go. I know you had this date circled on the timer clock over at the Blockhouse, and time is approaching, and kickoff is approaching, and it's really an exciting time, isn't it?
Oh, it is. You know, without question, we put in a lot of time. We talk to our kids often about how quickly the season goes. The season itself is just it's a blink. And then just all the preparation leading up to. And so I'm really excited for our kids, get an opportunity to play a game and really, answer more questions about, where we're at, who we are, what we need to do, positives and negatives. But just excited to get rolling. And been really pleased with our team, Kevin. I thought that our off-season was very good, and I thought that our preseason has been very solid. And we're just excited to continue to hammer the rock, Kevin, and get better, fully diving into our process.
Central Ozark Conference, the debut for the Yellowjackets. I want to circle back to last fall when the announcement was made that Lebanon was to become a member of the COC. You were still in the midst of the 2023 season, but I know at some point your thought had to go forward to 2024, and I know you've wanted to kind of ramp up the preparation for being in a new league. Even though you're seeing some familiar faces, this is still a brand new challenge, isn't it?
Completely new challenge. And honestly, I think that the biggest excitement component of it, Kevin, even dating back to once our season actually ended, was the growth possibility. Clearly, with a more difficult schedule, and no offense to the old Ozark Conference, but without any doubt, a more difficult, challenging schedule throughout the entirety of it, we feel like is a very good thing for growth. And obviously, we talked about in great detail in your shows over the past, Kevin, that, our goal is to win a state championship. I mean, that isn't necessarily the only way we succeed, without any question. In fact, winning is not how we succeed alone. But without question, winning a state title is one of the things that we want to do. And we, as a program, have felt like that in order to travel that part of the mountain, that, we needed to do some things potentially different. And so the strength of schedule is one of the things that we've desired for a while. We desired the potential of the old conference maybe having some bye week options, or options where we could perhaps schedule out. And so this new league opportunity really gives us an opportunity, I feel like, to grow. And certainly it's challenging. It's challenging mentally and physically. And it's going to force us to improve in different areas, Kevin, such as like our overall numbers have got to get better, et cetera, et cetera. But all of that is growth and helping us to continue to climb to where we want to go.
On that same thought, we're coming to you from Buzz Cuts in downtown Lebanon, across from the post office. Thanks to Jason Starnes for allowing us to conduct the show this year. He's got the Camdenton-Lebanon game on the big screen TV right behind us. So folks are wondering, is the Highway 5 rivalry game a thing of the past, or is there a possibility maybe in the future that that could be reinvented and kind of revised and back on the schedule?
Yeah, so first off, I think I echo what everybody echoes, that, it's hard that we don't play them. One of the most fun, electric rivalries there is in our state. And without question, not desired by either school that this happened. Neither school desired that the Ozark Conference evaporated either. But it all went down, and both school districts went in a different direction. Both school districts having a different situation as their schedule unfolded. And our current situation is that we don't have any open dates. We are completely absorbed within our conference, which is a positive from the standpoint of that, I mean, we've got a full league at all levels. Obviously, the negative is that game is on hold. There is talks right now, Kevin, within our league that within those 4 crossover games that are at the beginning, that there's the possibility in the future of opt-out options that could create that matchup happening again. That is right now in a pretty early stage. I mean, we're in year 1 here, so those are simply talks at best right now. So I don't want to make promises to you or the listeners that is an exact reality, but it would be a goal for me. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that we're not playing them, but it is what it is. And potentially, there's a district or postseason matchup. We'll learn this Friday what our district looks like. Those things change from time to time, and at any point in time, Camdenton could be in our district. So we'll see. Arguably right now, our worries and focus are 2024, in particular today. You know how I am, Kevin. Today's practice is what I'm worried about. I'm not even worried about Friday. I'm worried about today, and so the longevity of what our future with Camdenton looks like is not really my focus right now, but I can tell you, and I can speak for Camdenton, we all want to play each other. It's just a matter of it working in whatever conference affiliation we happen to be in.
Jacket Talk on LEB TV is brought to you by Mid-Missouri Bank and also by our host here at Buzzcuts and also by Jacket Nation. I want to thank them for coming on board and making our show possible. We're going to be here every week, and we're going to have also a lunch provided by Mel's. So thanks to Mel's in downtown Lebanon for being one of our sponsors, along with Ginger's Wellness and Mercy.
I can't take off my mind this Mel's tri-tip that we're going to be enjoying here in just a little while. Holy cow, I'm looking forward to that. So if I do lose focus, that's why.
Lebanon and Webb City Friday night at 7 o'clock at Jacket Stadium. You can hear and watch on jacketnation.com as we will have the play-by-play of that football game. You saddle up and went to Sarcoxy on Friday night and did the Jamboree scrimmage there and talked about injuries. Unfortunately, that did occur for your offense on Friday night.
Yes, it did. Weston McKinney. Just my heart breaks for the kid. He suffered an injury in 7-on-7 before his sophomore year. Returned from that. Then suffered an injury about 3 games in, a non-contact injury. And he battled all the way back from that. He had a tremendous summer, Kevin. Tremendous summer all the way up. Had another non-contact injury Friday night. And his season is over. He'll have a procedure on Tuesday. And so, the biggest thing is that just, my heart breaks for him. But I will say this, I've been so proud of him. He's been so mature and so faith-based through just the challenge. His attitude's been great. I know that he's been an inspiration to his team on how he's dealt with yet another adversity. He's done a great job, and we're going to stay by his side from start to finish. I don't know what the future holds, Kevin, but we're going to be by his side. He's a part of our family forever, and we love him, and, it stinks. But it's football. Some might say, well, do you regret playing him? No. He lost almost all of last year. He needed those reps. And going into a very tough week 1 opponent, we could not play him in that role on Friday night and not give him that experience. It'll be next guy up. I know Weston will support his teammates. Beckett York is our guy. Beckett, I thought, looked great in the jam when he came in. And he was scheduled to have a lot of reps anyway. And he's looked good at practice this week. Very poised young man, and we got his back. This isn't on his shoulders. This is team. He just has one role, one job, and he's just got to do his job. Our success is not based on any one player, any one coach. And so Beckett will do fine. We've got some other guys that we're working in as well. Braden Lamontagne, who is an addition, who's doing an outstanding job for us this year. We are slowly going to begin to implement him in some packages, just so that we have him in the crock pot at that position. And then Nick Allen has gotten quarterback reps forever.
He was your number 3 last year.
He was, and Nick, he is ready. Our deal with Nick is he's our guy at DN, and I want his juice rushing the passer and defending the run and getting after people, and he's pivotal on that side of the football. And so really I wasn't in a spot where we as a team, I say we consult each other on all these decisions. We weren't in a spot where we wanted to put him dealing with full-time quarterback and what our expectations are of him on the defensive side of the football. And Beckett, he's ready. He'll be just fine. And we're going to move forward. And I know Weston will be a great leader and a great resource for Beckett. And then, of course, Beckett's got a former Jacket quarterback and a great offensive coordinator helping him out. So it will be very smooth.
Webb City comes to town on Friday night. We all know they're really the gold standard for high school football in the state of Missouri. Their championship lineage speaks for itself. So it's going to be quite a challenge coming out of the gate, but certainly one that you can kind of get a barometer of where your football team is going forward after week 1.
Without any question, all of what you said is true. In assessing their current team, Ryan McFarland's in his second year. He's done tremendous. You talk about one of the hardest jobs in the world. Follow John Roderick. The
best high school coach in America.
That'd be like following you as an announcer.
No.
I can't think of a more difficult job, and Ryan has tackled that thing with excellence. And that speaks to their program. And it not being about Ryan or about any one person. That thing just it's a machine that keeps rolling, and we'll get to see exactly where we're at. And we'll get to assess everything. Every box, there'll be an answer by it, right? Where you could have an opponent, and I don't want to list any opponents. I don't want to be disrespectful on here at all, but we could have an opponent where we might not play good and play well, and not really know if the box is good or bad. It's in the middle. And then at some point, it's going to get checked. Webb City's going to tell us exactly where we're at in every way. And I don't want to paint a picture to that. I don't feel like we have a chance. Well, we definitely do. But there's going to be some clear-cut things we have to do in order to be successful in this ball game at home Friday, and we'll get a chance to see where we're at in those.
Always ask you this, and I'm sure the answer is still the same. What are the keys to Friday night as you meet Webb City?
Yes. So number 1, consistency. Our team right now has not shown as much consistency as what we need, and that's fixable. And so that's number 1. And when I say consistency, it's in every area. It's in physicality. It's in effort. It's an execution. All 3 of those categories we need to improve consistently, okay? And then we need to be +2. Anytime you play a championship-type game like this, you need to be on the plus side of that turnover differential. So how do you do that? Well, obviously we need takeaways. We need takeaways. Defensively, we've got to get those. Special teams, we need takeaways. And then on the offensive side of the football, we need to take care of the football. So those are going to be pivotal. Early on in the year, you got a lot of question marks about special teams. So we've got to play those. We've got to execute those, and just like our opponent. And then we also have got still some question marks on discipline. How disciplined are we in the penalty realm? And we've got to do a good job there. All those factors are pivotal when you have a game like this. If we perform in those areas, I love our football team, and it'll be a heck of a ball game, and it'll be a tremendous situation.
Look forward to seeing you Friday night, Coach. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Kevin.
That'll do it for Jacket Talk, brought to you by Mid-Missouri Bank, by Ginger's Wellness, Mercy, and Jacket Nation. Also, thanks to Mel's for providing lunch, and we'll have another edition for you And we will recap the Webb City game next week here on LEB TV. Out of the pistol, take the snap, and lob one on the side, and it's intercepted for a pick six by Cannon Roar.
Takes the handoff, looking for Roar deep, and it is caught in the end zone.
Alex, it's always hot weather in August, but high school football season is here, and the Lebanon Yellowjackets now in the Central Ozark Conference.
Say goodbye to some key seniors, so next man up mentality as always for Will Christian and the Yellowjackets. Should be interesting to see how they fill those voids on both the offensive and defensive side of football.
Hello, Yellowjacket fans. This is Trey Overstreet with our first episode of Chalk Talk, presented by Brick House Grill in Lebanon, Missouri. The Knight family are proud operators, and they have decided to sponsor this segment. And we'll be providing myself and whichever coach that we get to sit down with each week with some food as we sit down and talk a little bit of football in this fall season. With me today for the first episode is offensive coordinator Brian Sommerer. Brian, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. We're going to try to get through some of the kinks and learn our way through this as we do. Once we get to talk football here, it'll be a little simpler than all the technology stuff, huh?
Yeah, glad to be a part of this, and glad to share anything I can, and excited for the program and the positive impact this Jacket Nation has on our team and everybody else's teams in the district.
We appreciate you saying that, and we're glad for the access that you guys have given us for sure. So we're looking here at a game from last year, a couple years ago.
This is last year.
Last year, we're at Waynesville here, and looks like you're in a base formation here, Coach.
Yeah, this is base. So the play would come in for us just as base through me talking to the quarterback, or I spend a lot of my time talking to the quarterback, not sending plays in with people. It just clears up the communication for us. And then from there, it kind of goes into the play call for us. So formation would come out first for us, and then our motion, depending on what motion we want to run. I'm not sure what the motion is here. I'm not sure I've seen it yet, but I think it's just straight across motion, so we have a name for it. It would be Ray for us. We're not going to give the play name necessarily, but we will just use our motions. It's fine. So the play would come in base, Ray, and then a direction, and then what the play call is. So this is quarterback lead for us. Obviously, it has a different name for us, but I'm not going to give that up on here.
Yeah, and for those of you at home, that name is something just for the staff and the kids to help relate that play. And it's nothing fancy, but it is something that, if we're checking at the line of scrimmage, that he's going to be hollering in. And so we're not going to share that exact name just in case we have some onlookers from outside of the program. But yeah, basically what he's saying here is we've got base formation, and base is telling our two receivers, so we're going to have two receivers in that formation, and they're going to be lined up in their base set, and they've done a pretty good job here lined up.
Yeah,
looks like maybe the splits are cut down here on this bottom side with this receiver.
Yeah,
and that's probably just a week to week adjustment that's come in there. But they've got the formation lined up where they want, and then he's got a motion coming, and then the play call or direction, and then the play call. And we're talking about quarterback ISO here. So what's the first thing? Just kind of walk me through quarterback ISO and what. This is Gavin, right? Gavin Smith.
This is Gavin Smith from last
senior
year.
That's ran this for 6 years through the program at this point. So.
Sure, and a two-year starter for us. So anytime you have a guy, 2-year starter, he kind of knows what's going on. But I'll just kind of let this play out just a little bit, and then we can talk. So once Abe gets over there, that's number 3 right there coming in motion. He's hugging that as tight as he can, and he does a good job there picking that guy up, that inside linebacker right there, sealing that off a little bit. And then is it necessarily supposed to cut all the way back there? Not necessarily, but it's a guy being a dude. I mean, he was a good player for us. I mean, 2-time 1,000-yard rusher. You just get it in the the right kids' hands at times, and they make it happen. So I would say that, and we work on this a lot. This is early in the season, so we're trying to really get inside this and aim. Our aiming point is probably not great, but it also, he got inside and made a good block after being just a little bit wide too, though.
And this is a good clip to kind of show just the overall physicality and pad level that you guys want to play with. Obviously, it's early in the season here, but you've got the 5 guys up front that are clearly getting you an initial push.
Yeah.
And that play side guard here that's doing, like you said, he's got to win this play and does a pretty good job of that, at least initially. And then the effort throughout the 6 or 7 seconds here, really nice up front.
Yeah, so we asked those guards to get a foot of movement.
That's all you need.
We just want initial contact and movement off the football, and then let our guys be good ball carriers, and we're going to get in the right guys' hands hopefully, and try to make something happen.
In this offense with the academies and other people that run it are smaller, more agile, flat-backed linemen that are flying off the football, and a pretty good job of that here, especially early in the season last year.
Definitely. And so I just let it run again and talk about whatever we want to talk about, but and that's just us right there. I mean, everybody's falling forward, and that's what it's all about, in my opinions. But
yeah, absolutely. That's
lots of different ways to do things, but this is just kind of how we do it. So this is
a bread and butter early install for you guys.
Yeah, pretty early actually. Yeah, as soon as we get some pads on where we can touch people, and so
hard to put this in 7-on-7.
Yeah, so we stole it. I mean, we stole a lot of things. So not hardly anything is our idea, but we do tweak it to where it becomes ours. A lot of times we can be in what we call flex, and we can be or have our receiver blind up down here, and we do some different things there. And if people start giving us problems like this guy's crashing us hard, we have tags to take care of that stuff too. That we call our tags our fixers. Fixes our problems, and
the tags are mainly for tackle, slot
receivers.
Okay. Yeah, the guard, center guard, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much stays the same. So at this play would come in for the offense for us in the huddle. It would be sit in. So the tight end's on the left, we'd go left, and then the receiver is flex. So it'd be come in left flex, and the motion for us is lay. Tells the right slot. He's always a L motion. So he's everything. If he hears L motions, he motions over. And then there are some plays where we don't call a motion, or it's already built in. So, but this one we do call a motion.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you having me, and we'll probably touch base with your counterpart there, Curtis Allen, next week, and talk a little defense, and then maybe pick back up after week prior to week 2.
Yeah, be
Sound
awesome.
Good. Heading into Joplin, and we'll hopefully be ready to roll then.
Yeah, glad to be here. I appreciate you guys having me. This is really, really good for everybody, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it, and hopefully it's all good.
Yep. Thanks again, Coach.
So appreciate it.
Welcome to Jacket Talk on LEB TV.